Hello everybody, welcome back to Dream Daddy. Hope you all are excited, because I am. I want to jump right on into this. Just hoping I remember the voice. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Ahmed is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We were able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookshelf. So, you excited for the cookout today? That's a bad attitude. Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood?
I'll probably end up sitting uncomfortably in a corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me.
Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from its cocoon. A social butterfly.
Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late.
What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Just to a cookout on time.
You know what? We're going early, just because you said that.
I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. Walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. Guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people and the smell of hot dogs waft through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler and adults chat in small clusters. I set a veggie plate on the table next to two other veggie plates.
Hey, there's Joseph.
I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms wide open. Welcome, I'm so glad you two are here, and you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. Hi. This is Christian and Christy, they're twins.
Hey.
They stare creepily and say nothing. Hey. Then, of course, there's our youngest Krish. Wait, where was Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles. Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed?
I'll have to go look for him.
But you'll have to... Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Holden, and his daughter, Amanda. I shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to attend to. I love her.
Nice to meet you, Mary.
Charmed. Well, I'll have to go over there now. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor. Please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. Yeah, let me introduce you around. Hey, Holden, have you met Brian yet?
Who?
Hey, Brian, come over here for a sec. A man in a loud Hawaiian shirt jogs up to me. Hey, Brian, this is Holden. He just moved into the neighborhood. Hello. Well, pleased to meet you. Put her here. Brian pulls me into a handshake, engulfing my hand in a vice-like grip. I let out a small squeak after my hand bones have been ground to dust. Not much of a handshake guy, huh?
Guess I'm more of a hugger.
Which house did you move into?
The ranch-style one on the cul-de-sac.
Oh, the one that's just like mine but smaller. That kind of hurt. Is he trying to one-up me? My instinctive dad competitiveness kicks into gear.
I practice design millennialism in my purchases. Why own more when you can own what's right?
Right.
Also, I'm pretty sure my house can outmaneuver your house and achieve a tactical advantage.
Oh, let me introduce you to my daughter. The kid peeks out from behind Brian. This is Daisy. Hello. Hi, what grade are you in? 5th grade.
We're actually trying to get her to skip 6th grade, not to
Brag, but she's pretty smart. Not to brag, that's exactly what bragging is.
Amanda's smart too.
Thanks, Dad. Well, I'll be around the party if you feel like saying hey later.
You got it.
This is Robert. He lives just across the way. A haggard man nursing a glass of whiskey eyes me up and down. Hey.
Hey, I'm Holden. It's nice to meet you.
Takes a long swig of his drink. I forgot about Robert. I loved Roberts too.
Charmed.
So I think my top favorite is Matt. Second, Robert. Third, Hugo. Holden and his daughter just moved in next door. Cool. You ever need recommendations on where to get a drink at this stand? Rob's your man. I told you not to call me Rob. Right, got it. Robert ambles away without saying goodbye. He's not really a people person. Wow, I think I've met everyone else. Great, I bet you're excited to get to know everyone better. Hope you both enjoy yourselves. Amanda and I mill around, try some food spread out on the table. I pick out some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. Ugh, I don't want to have to make friends.
Aww.
Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school?
But I don't want to have to do pleasantries.
Dad.
They're gonna talk about the weather.
Go. Do it. Make a friend.
But how could I possibly abandon my only child at a social function? That's bad parenting.
This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here I go. I look around the party and I'm pleased to see some familiar faces.
Isn't that the barista from the Coffee Spoon?
What a cool guy and mysterious. That guy who kept trying to one-up me. Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Gotham Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second, all of these people live in our cul-de-sac? This can't be right. I better investigate. It's about Joseph chatting with a guy from Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're all talking about. I'll walk over to them. So I'm curious, can you walk me through why you had your house painted black?
Where do I even start? The house stays warm in the winter, it provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly.
It's definitely an interesting choice.
Thank you, I'm very proud of my abode.
Hold it, I was just having a conversation with Damien here about his...
Aesthetic design decisions.
Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye.
How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I think I saw you in Dead Gotham Beyond the other day.
Damien's face turns bright red.
I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the Goth's lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, my man.
Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the neighborhood?
Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond.
Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle? I think for a second I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood.
Hi.
Hey, Amanda, would you consider yourself a goth?
Amanda yells back. I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. Bats are cool, though.
Pity.
Are you enjoying the body so far?
Oh, definitely. Thanks for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so friendly and welcoming.
Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. Does that count as goth? That it would, my dear. I don't believe we had a pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmarch at your service.
Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda.
Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy. My, do you know how to treat a lady? Hello, Amanda.
Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's kids appear. Are they speaking in unison?
Whoa.
Hey, won't you come play with us? Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think I got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Mary takes a long sip of wine. I think I may have taped over a VeggieTales VHS with shiny, who knows. Takes another sip of her wine.
Where's Krish?
Come on.
Wasn't he with you? You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Dollars are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Hey, my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth. I've squeezed forth a little. Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great.
I'm sure he's fine.
Mary. Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off.
Dad, can we go now?
Lucian, have I introduced you to Holden yet? Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school.
I remember you. Whatever.
That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite.
Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir?
Coming right up, bud. Are you a vegetarian?
Yep. sir. Make that do, veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as bloodlappers. Dad. That's really interesting, Damien. Joseph turns to the grill, just a hint of a tattoo piece out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before, just like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo? Yep, I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. That's so cool. Want to see mine? What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in pale black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian.
Oh, no.
We'll talk about this later. That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight. Man, Joseph is a way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out of the womb with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. All right, burger time. And without further ado, let's work some magic. Joseph closes his eyes and takes a deep breath and gets to work. With the greatest of ease, he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've ever seen. You guys think this is my first rodeo in front of a grill? It's working faster now. Effortlessly tossing cheese onto patties, perfectly grilling onions on the side. One after another, the dads take notice and crowd around Joseph to admire his masterful technique. You probably didn't know this, Holden, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. He's ungrill-leavable. I've got to get on this level, but I just can't catch up. Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. Mustard, we keep talking about this. Can't we just appreciate the artist? I've never seen him make a mistake. Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop. All the children at the party boo the glorious display of dad puns in unison. Alright guys, the food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers.
Hey.
Man, it's wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Kinda nice, isn't it? Feels like there's a real community here. Totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid. Rapid Avi here, man. I think you're gonna like this neighborhood a lot. Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all the kids. If she decides to get into the babysitting game, she'll really make a killing. Hey, why don't you add us all on Dadbook? Dadbook?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a great social network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to anyone, that's the simplest way to do it. Sorry, I'm just an old-fashioned dad. Social media goes whoosh sometimes. Don't worry, Pops. I'll help you figure it out. The rest of the barbecue goes smoothly. We all trade stories and drink beers as our kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Amanda and I walk back to our place as the sun sets over the neighborhood. Pretty fun party, don't you think? You and Daisy seem like you're having way more fun than I was. Because we were. Well, hey, at least you met some other cool dads. You should hit them up on Dadbook. Maybe I will if I ever figure out how social media works. I have a good feeling about this place. Me too, Dad. Amanda and I arrive home with the remnants of our veggie plate. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower. Any big plans for this evening? Actually, yeah, I'm going out with some friends. Oh. Is that okay? Of course, just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it, Pops. And be careful. I will. Make good choices. Of course. And call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not gonna do this thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No, I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay. Do you have plans for tonight? My plans were kind to eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna... You know, dad stuff. I'm just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great. See you later. I watch Amanda drive off into the night. I really do hope she has fun. I plop down in front of the TV and turn on some wine and dine mastermind with celebrity chef Gavin Chapman. So Gavin's making a roasted rack of lamb with rosemary and mashed potatoes. I'd love to be able to cook like that, although I think if I was actually good at cooking, I'd use my powers for evil, like just making baked Alaskas all day instead of any food of real nutritional substance. Alright, I need to look this up.
I've said baked Alaska 30 billion times. What is a baked Alaska? Baked Alaska, also known as omelet novaraj, omelet surprise, or omelet cibrala, depending on the country, is a dessert consisting of ice cream and cake topped with brown meringue. I'll take 30. Okay, that answers my question. Man, Gavin Chapman just caught that thing on fire, but he meant to do that. What a professional. I lose track of time as I blaze through several episodes of Wine and Dine Mastermind, but also one episode of some cooking show called Meat Hell. Not even sure what that one was about. It was just a lot of yelling. Glance at my watch. Man, it's almost midnight. I should check in with Amanda. I send a text.
Hey, kiddo, you good?
I wander into the kitchen as I wait for a reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hand, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case I hope she doesn't respond soon, because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it after a long day of socializing. I check my watch again. And then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see. Now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No. It's too soon for that. I'll just send her a gentle reminder text.
What's up?
Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episodes of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only assuaging my anxiety, but also possibly exasperating it with all the yelling, so I keep pacing around the house, waiting for her to come back. Why didn't I find out where she was going? Who was she even with? Why don't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names?
Hose, I'm a pee!
I send her another text.
Amanda, please text me and let me know you're okay.
I can't help but think of all the horrible things that could have happened to her. Oh, thank God it's her. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup?
Sweetie, thank God you're safe.
Yeah. But now that I know she's okay, I'm really mad.
Why didn't you answer my texts?
Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, whoops. Guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room.
Amanda Ann.
Whoa, we're pulling out the middle name now?
Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew. Didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops.
Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you?
You weren't responding, you know. It was just like when your dad... I have to stop myself from tearing up.
Oh, Dad, I didn't mean to... I sit down and put on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden.
You really scared me. Just please don't do that again.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room, and I head to mine. Jeez. As I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind.
You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you?
I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brewed some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey, I thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was going to, and I didn't. Honestly, just didn't think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again.
Well, I also thought about it, and I'll try to give you your space from here on out. I gotta trust that you can take care of yourself.
Team Cox. Amanda gives me a hug.
Want some eggs?
You know it. Sprinkles of cheese on them?
Already did.
Bless you. Amanda scarfs down the eggs in the time it takes me to wash the pan. All right, I'm off to school. Smell you later.
Wait, one more thing before you go.
What?
What's Dad Book?
It's a social media platform.
Wait,
What?
what's a social media platform?
Dad, I have to go to school.
Come on, Amanda. I'm an old man. I can't put together a Dead Book profile on my own.
All right, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next several minutes setting up my profile on Dadbook, which as it turns out is a place for dads to get together and talk about fatherhood. All right, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. All right, on a Friday night, you are most likely to torment my children with dad puns. If I had one thing to take with me on a desert island, it would be a boat, obviously. What are my turn-ons? Top grillmanship. What did you want to be when you grew up? A good father. What's my favorite movie genre? Old comedies. What's my ideal date? Eating a healthy dinner at 4 p.m. What do you never leave home without? My book of word jumbles and a pen. I spend a lot of time thinking about when I can get my next cup of coffee. See, that was so bad.
Yeah, I guess it was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at people's profiles.
You should message one of them, or more than one of them. All these dads seem pretty interesting.
Okay, I promise I'll make some friends.
Amanda gives me a hug. Go get 'em, Dad.
Welcome.
You've got dads. It's Dad Manda. Hi, Holden. It's me, your dear old friend from way back in the day, Dad Manda. I'm delighted to see you've signed up for Dadbook. They've recently added this exciting new messenger service, so you may find yourself receiving messages from dads like myself. Take care not to miss them.
Amanda, is that you? What are you doing on Dadbook?
Why, Holden, I never. We've known each other since business school. How could you possibly confuse me with your amazing and talented and easy to buy things for daughter? Though I am, of course, flattered. You should buy Amanda things.
Amanda, you know I didn't go to business school. I barely even managed to get my degree. Wait, no.
Wow.
I didn't say that. You never heard that.
This is gold.
I swear I was a great student. I graduated at the top of my class. I worked hard and ate all my vegetables.
Totally holding on to this for later.
Wait, do you even remember what I majored in?
I decline to comment.
Cool.
All right, it's that time. What is Damien's turn on?
Pronouncing bosom correctly.
Let's message him. Let's go, Damien. Let's go. Damien seems really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. Navigate to Damien's page and type out a message.
Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime.
I sit there for a moment before I see that Damien's typing, but then he keeps typing and typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I set my coffee and the computer finally dings.
Holden. Holden, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden should it please you. Till then, adieu, yours humbled, D. Bloodmarch.
I stared at the screen and reread the letter several more times.
Hey, Amanda.
Amanda pops her head out of her room. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying.
Hey, are you alright?
Oh,
Fine.
yeah, totally. I'm cool. I just found out that the succulent I've been watering and sticking to for the last 3 months was actually made of plastic. Even the dirt was fake.
Oh, honey. I can buy you a new one if you want. A real one this time.
That's sweet, but I rescued that plant, and now that I know it's fake, she clenches her fist with determination. I'm still gonna love it no matter what. Is this what being a parent is like?
Yes, sweetie. Make sure it gets into a good college. Can you help me with something?
Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples.
No. Can you interpret this for me?
I turn the comedian to Amanda and she squints at Damien's message.
I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now?
Yeah.
Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids get over saying LOL and LMAO or whatever, and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill?
What?
Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how would we address noblemen in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land, or our dowry, or...
So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know
about back at me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages that I read a review of the movie. Still gotta be, though.
Great, so what do I say to Damien?
I got this. Amanda reaches over me and taps on the keyboard.
Sure thing, dude. Regards, Holden.
Amanda hits send and smiles at me.
Well, I suppose that's that.
I make the short walk to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor? Estate? The Gothic architecture looms above the other houses on the cul-de-sac. Walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look for the doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door creaks open. Little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil paintings of what I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me.
Hello?
Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? What the hell is with that dog? Holden, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up to see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder.
What's with the door slamming thing?
Oh, sorry, there was a draft.
And the door creaking open when I knocked?
I left the door unlocked.
And the creepy oil paintings?
I like oil paintings.
Right.
Right. Please let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason.
How delightful.
This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Though, through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. Walk past the door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster.
Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era?
That's my son's room. You know how rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. Reach the door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from the floor-to-ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packaged bookcase shelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Let's look out the window. I look to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn!
Did you know that Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really?
No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Let's look at the butterflies. I walk up to a glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive.
Nice bugs.
I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime.
I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger.
The pin is gambit.
Is that a thing? No.
Let's pick up a book.
You know, Holden, in the Victorian era, there was some
Controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought that more hard-written novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and cause too much of a distraction from work and school. Pull out a book at random and examine the warm cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud.
Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants.
Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf.
That's a rare book from my private collection. Please, will you join me
For some tea. That was some Naruto smut. Love it. I followed Damien to his sitting room where finger foods have already been set upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea.
I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this.
Damien smiles to himself.
What?
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact the high refers to both the latter time of the day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they're served.
My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. It seems like you've really put a lot of work into the place.
Huh.
Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Hell, I can barely get a matching salt and pepper shakers in my place. Look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous.
Oh,
That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in God stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry. Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and passion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. It takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Holden, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do. I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your hobbies. Hearing someone talk about things they're passionate about is intriguing and, quite honestly, rather attractive. Please do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sound sophisticated. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, and I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer. In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Holy crap. Damien takes me around to the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. Small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. But more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, so even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans and plucks a gorgeous, bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? Thou art the tightest. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Snapdragons. Because they're cute, and you can do that thing where you squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. You would put together a bouquet for me? No one's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly a phone rings. Oh, Holden, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little more effort into the garden. And I tried to start that one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Uh-oh.
Guard.
Fix that garg. Yes. Uh-oh.
Oh, it was upside down.
Goal!
Our secret. Whew, that was a close one. Uh-oh. Here comes Damien. He looks upset. Holden, my serious apologies. I've kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything's all right. Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Hold on, I need to double check something on my phone. Okay, yes, everything's fine. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucien. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, teacher needs me to come to the school post-haste. Do you need help? Oh, no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucien's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien, I walked into the school and immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, my dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the my kids are in trouble rodeo. What is it this time? Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I immediately fall in step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes and Ceston, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading you down into the darkness. Watch your step! I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the very depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. Has had enough sense to stay out of the creepy basements. Find another teacher in the boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucien and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucien has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucien tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a second. Lucien, did you try to cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turned to Damien and whispered to him. What's cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to the cellar with a promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So wait, Lucien, you tried to do that to him? I was curious as to how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process? What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad, it took you 20 minutes, son. We just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucien was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read him review the movie. It's only 5 pages long, and there is no movie. Haha, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucien to read it for me.
Oh no.
Actually, he didn't even pay me, so when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both had their heads in their hands. Oh boy. You guys are gonna always tell me to engage in literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucien high five. Teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head upstairs and head up the school in tense silence. Lucien, Damien, and I all pile into my car and begin to drive home. Lucien immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son.
It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go, but I care about you and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job. Know how much you want your own car? I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard.
Oh,
I love you, son. Lucien continues staring out the window. Love you too.
Spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucien hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside.
I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. You and I have a lot we need to work out. It's all right, and all things considered, Lucien's brick lane was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It really does. You're a good dad. See you around soon. It would be my honor and my pleasure.
Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo, what you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chick cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular size house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go?
It got strange. We had to go to school pick up Lucien since he tried to...
He lured Ernest down to the cellar with a promise of fine vintage and then tried to brick him into a wall, right?
How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me?
Lucien live streamed the entire thing.
This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad.
I dig his style.
You know what? Me too.
wow. My stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
That is not the voice I would have assumed for Lucien. Achievement progress interview with the vampire. While I'm doing my afternoon word jumbles, I hear the mail truck pull through the cul-de-sac. I wonder if we got any coupons today. The nice mail person slides a couple letters and a large envelope through the slot. It takes a couple of tries for them to get it in.
Hey, my coupons.
Take a closer look at the large yellow envelope. I lightly knock on Amanda's door. She probably has headphones on.
Amanda,
She yells through the door. What?
I have something for you.
I'm kind of busy right now. Can you come back later?
Okay, I just thought you'd want this big old envelope we got from
HIA. Immediately, Amanda pushes her door open.
Heart Institute for the Arts? I mean, if you're too busy, I can come back later.
Father, please. I hand her the envelope, which she tears open with her teeth.
That's probably bad for your teeth.
She doesn't seem to hear me and spits out a piece of envelope. She pulls out a letter and unfolds it.
And
The suspense is killing me. This is her dreamsicle. Amanda's face is unreadable. I can't believe this.
oh, honey, it's okay if you didn't.
I got in!
Oh,
I got in. Amanda tosses the letter aside and gives me a big ol' hug.
congrats, sweetie. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you.
She pulls away and looks at the letter again. Oh my god, I really can't believe I got in.
Well, of course you got in. You're a great student. You nailed that interview and your photography is incredible.
Wait, Dad, I know this one's really expensive. It's so far away. I think for a moment. HIA was one of the more expensive schools that Amanda applied to, but I know she's had her heart set on it for a long time.
It'll be tough, but we're gonna make it work.
Really?
Of course.
Amanda hugs me again. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, sweetie, we're celebrating tonight. Dinner. Your choice. Whatever you want.
Wherever? Amanda and I walk along the bayside, tearing into our foil-wrapped burritos from a nearby food truck.
You could have chosen anywhere in Maple Bay. Cost was not a determining factor.
Please, Dad, you know I'm a simple gal. Just give me a Rito with a view.
I can't say I'm mad.
Amanda and I sit on a patch of grass and watch ships sail lazily through the bay. And the dorms are right next to a bunch of cafes, and there are all these galleries nearby, and there's a discount if you bring a student ID, and...
Amanda, slow down. You're gonna choke on your Rito.
I know, I'm just excited. Did I mention the students get their own studio space once they're seniors, and we all get professional photo editing software for free? It's nice to see Amanda so enthusiastic about HRA. I wish she wouldn't do it in between bites of her burrito. Thought I taught her to chew with her mouth closed. Wonder who my roommate's gonna be. You take a survey online, and they match you with someone with a similar major and interest. I bet we're gonna be best friends.
Craig and I were. A good roommate can be a lifelong friend, but don't even get me started on bad roommates.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. We didn't have a bad roommate. Our only other roommate was a puppy that Craig brought home one night. Spent a semester fabricating a story about a new foreign exchange student with a really bad cough that sounded exactly like a dog's bark. Carl ruled.
Ooh, will they have animals in the dorm if you get a note saying you need one? I bet I could afford one. I think I'd get a rabbit. Or maybe a snake. Or maybe both. Would the snake eat a rabbit though?
Oh boy, I think I'll leave that all up to you.
She's so excited. I don't want to disappoint her, but I need to be real for a second.
So, you know I had that talk with Mr. Vega.
He didn't tell you about the dumpster fire, did he?
What? No. I don't want to put a damper on the good news, but I need you to knock it out of the park for these last few months of school, okay? If you really want to go to Horns, we need that scholarship money. I know you can do it.
Okay. I promise I'll try harder. I pat her on the back.
Think you can handle the 14-hour drive to come back home for the holidays? Think there's going to be some treacherous ice roads to cross? Don't even get me started on the paranormal occurrences.
Well, it'll be worth it if I get to see you. My eyes immediately well up with tears. Oh, Dad, don't cry.
Sorry, I'm just very, very proud of you. You're all grown up now, and you're such a good person. I hope you know how important you are to me.
Dad, stop. You're gonna make me cry too.
It's too late, honey. It's happening.
Dad, I can't get tears in my Rito. It's gonna make it taste sad. I don't want a sad Rito. I pull Amanda in for a hug and kiss her on the forehead.
Love you, kiddo.
Love you too, Pops. And this is a perfect place
You've got dads.
to end it for the day. So we will pick up again with this next week on Tuesday as we get our second date in with Damien. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all are enjoying this. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky people.